So you're friends with Jay-Z, and then at one point it turns romantic.
After a year.
After a year.
After about a year and some change, you know, as things change. And I blame Jay-Z for that because he pushed him out there to do that. Like, it was like testing the waters, so to speak. Like, I'm just gonna let you go.
We talked for, I think it was like 3 weeks, just on the phone and texting and stuff. We talked every day, every 5 minutes of every day.
Allegedly a romantical thing. It's all right, I'll say alleged, but we know. Yeah, she hit it before Beyonce.
Hold up, y'all. Carmen Bryan just revealed the shocking reason why Jay-Z was linked to Elisabeth Ovesen and Foxy Brown when they were all teens. Trust, this is not your typical love triangle story. There's a whole lot more going on here. Get ready because you won't believe the reasons behind these relationships. You definitely don't want to miss this one. Carmen first got connected to the rap world through her relationship with Nas, but it was her affair with Jay-Z that really shook things up. Carmen and Jay-Z's secret romance lasted from 1995 to 2000. That's 5 whole years of sneaking around, keeping their relationship on the down low. They'd meet up in hidden spots, away from prying eyes. Sometimes it was fancy hotel rooms, other times it was low-key apartments. They had to be careful. Jay-Z's career was blowing up, and getting caught could have messed things up big time. In her book, It's No Secret, Carmen spilled all the tea about their affair. She talked about how they'd exchanged secret messages and set up their meetups. It wasn't easy keeping things quiet in the tight-knit hip-hop community, but they managed to keep their relationship under wraps for years.
I met Jay-Z right after he dropped Reasonable Doubt.
Right.
Reasonable Doubt was out like a minute because I remember like, oh, what's this? Who's this? Oh, I like this song. And then I met him through a friend at a party.
But here's where it gets real interesting. Carmen revealed that during their affair, she actually got pregnant with Jay-Z's baby. Can you imagine the drama if that news had gotten out back then? Jay-Z was becoming one of the biggest names in rap, and a secret baby with his rival Nas's ex, that could have changed everything. Carmen wrote about how scared and confused she felt when she found out she was pregnant. She knew it was Jay-Z's youngin', but she also knew how much trouble it could cause. The pressure was intense. She had to make some tough decisions, all while keeping this massive secret.
At one point, you were pregnant by Jay?
Yes, I had a miscarriage.
Okay, this is before the whole
This is
takeover.
this is like
Okay.
before all of that.
How far along were you?
I believe I was definitely less than 3 months. It was the first trimester. Yeah, it wasn't.
It was still early.
Now, you might think that's the biggest bombshell in this story, but trust me, it's not. The pregnancy was just the beginning of a whole mess of drama and secrets. Carmen's book opened up a can of worms that nobody saw coming. And just when you thought you'd heard it all, Carmen's story takes an even darker turn. She was already 3 months along when she realized what was happening. It wasn't planned, and it definitely wasn't celebrated. This was a big problem, and both Carmen and Jay-Z knew it. But then things got even messier. Carmen says the pregnancy ended in what she calls a forced miscarriage. Now that's a heavy accusation. Was she pressured into ending the pregnancy? Did something more sinister happen? Carmen's never given us all the details, and that's left a lot of people wondering what really went down. There are different stories about what actually happened. Some people think Carmen might be exaggerating, while others believe her 100%. The truth is, we might never know exactly what went on behind closed doors.
Exactly, yeah, it wasn't anything crazy. It wasn't planned. It wasn't like, oh, we're gonna have this baby and, move forward with our, no.
Okay, when you told Jay that you were pregnant, what was his reaction?
I told him after the fact.
Oh, you told him after?
I told him
the
after the
Okay,
fact.
so he didn't even know.
In the end, the pregnancy was over, but the secret lived on. Carmen and Jay-Z kept this under wraps for years. It must have been a huge weight on both of them, knowing they had this massive skeleton in their closet. But here's the thing, the pregnancy wasn't even the biggest bomb Carmen dropped in her book. Carmen had a whole lot to say about Jay-Z, and not all of it was pretty. By 2000, Carmen and Jay-Z's relationship was already on shaky ground. The secret meetings and hidden romance had taken their toll. Carmen was feeling the strain of keeping their affair under wraps, and Jay-Z's rising fame only made things more complicated. But it wasn't the stress or the secrecy that finally broke them apart. It was a song that crossed every line. Enter Super Ugly, a track Jay-Z dropped that shook the hip-hop world and Carmen's life to the core. This wasn't just another diss track. Jay-Z went into explicit detail about his encounters with Carmen, and he didn't hold back. He rapped about having with her in a Jeep, which was bad enough. But then he took it to a whole new level of disrespect. In the song, Jay-Z bragged about leaving used condoms in Carmen's daughter's baby seat. He wasn't just exposing their affair, he was dragging an innocent youngin' into the mess.
Okay, but Jay-Z knew that you had a daughter with Nas.
Yes, he did. He was aware of that.
He was aware of that. Okay. So you guys are messing around. You and Nas are getting into problems, are having problems with your relationship.
Yeah.
The impact of Super Ugly on Carmen's life was immediate and devastating. Suddenly, her private affairs were public knowledge. Everyone in the hip-hop world was talking about her, and not in a good way. She faced humiliation on a scale most of us can't even imagine.
So the two of them were already beefing with each other. And
Way before
But
this.
Jay made it public with
Right.
Takeover.
Jay made it public with Takeover.
In her book, Carmen didn't pull any punches when talking about this moment. She said it was when she lost all respect for Jay-Z, referring to him only by his initials, SC. The pain and betrayal in her words are clear. This wasn't just a bad breakup, it was a complete shattering of trust. But here's the thing, Carmen's story, as shocking as it was, turned out to be just the beginning. The end of their affair opened up a whole new chapter in the saga of Jay-Z's controversial past. Because as it turns out, Carmen wasn't the only one with a story to tell, and the allegations that were about to surface, they'd make Super Ugly look tame in comparison. As y'all probably know by now, Jay-Z and Diddy are facing some serious heat right now. A federal lawsuit just dropped, and it's making waves in the hip-hop world. The allegations? They're accused of R-wording a 13-year-old girl at an MTV Video Music Awards afterparty back in September 2000. At first, the lawsuit only named Diddy, but then it got updated, and now Jay-Z's in the mix too. The victim staying anonymous, going by Celebrity A in the court papers. She says there was another woman there too, watching the whole thing go down.
This morning, rap mogul Jay-Z is denying allegations he a 13-year-old girl alongside rapper Sean Diddy Combs. That civil lawsuit filed against Combs in October was amended Sunday to include Jay-Z. The accuser, identified only as Jane Doe, says she was by both men at a Video Music Awards after party in 2000.
Now, Jay-Z's not taking this lying down. He's straight up denying everything. He called the accusations heinous and said the accuser should be filing criminal charges instead of a civil lawsuit. Jay-Z's worried about how this is affecting his family, especially his kids. He said, "My only heartbreak is for my family." He's thinking about his daughter, Blue Ivy, who's old enough now to maybe hear about all this drama. Jay-Z's not stopping there. He's hitting back hard, saying the victim's trying to blackmail him. He thinks she's just looking for a quick payday, hoping he'll settle to avoid all the public drama. But Jay-Z's not playing that game. This whole mess has got people looking at Jay-Z's past again. All those old rumors about him and younger women, they're coming back up. People are starting to connect the dots, wondering if there's more to the story than we ever knew. And it's not just fans who are talking. Elisabeth Ovesen, who used to be in music videos, spoke up about the allegations. She's saying this kind of thing isn't rare in the industry. According to her, everything that's coming out now about Sean wasn't a secret. The behavior is learned and perpetuated. She's pointing out that this might be part of a bigger problem in hip-hop. Elisabeth Ovesen, who used to go by Karen Steffens, made waves in the early 2000s as a hip-hop video star, but it was her 2005 book, Confessions of a Video Vixen, that really got people talking. In it, she spilled the tea about her experiences in the industry, including her time with Jay-Z.
Since that day in the car, he remains a gentleman. Baby girl, how was he a gentleman when you took out his wig, stuck a on it, and then grabbed the back of your head? Is that gentlemanly?
Ovesen's story adds another piece to the puzzle of Jay-Z's past. It's not as explosive as some of the other allegations, but it gives us a different perspective on the rap mogul. And it makes you wonder, how many sides are there to Jay-Z that we don't know about? The similarities between Ovesen's story and Carmen Bryan's are hard to ignore. Both women were involved with Jay-Z during his rise to fame. Both have spoken out about their experiences years later, and both paint a picture of Jay-Z that's more complex than his public image. Ovesen isn't done telling her story either. She's planning to release an updated version of her book. This time, she wants to educate a new generation about believing women and supporting each other. It's clear that the Me Too movement has influenced her thinking about her past experiences. But hold up, because Elisabeth Ovesen's story isn't the last word on Jay-Z's past. There's one more voice we need to hear from. And her story might be the most shocking yet. Jay-Z's relationship with Foxy Brown might be the most scandalous chapter in his past. Back in 1996, Foxy burst onto the rap scene alongside Jay-Z when she was just 15 years old. Their collaboration on Ain't No Ninja from Jay's debut album Reasonable Doubt put both of them on the map. But rumors started swirling that their connection went way beyond music.
Hard. You know, I was asking you over there, what does it feel like to be this successful and this famous? You're 9 19 years old. What would that be like?
Yeah. Foxy, she's a baby, but she listens to me. You know what I mean? She's tough. You know what I mean? She's a brat, but she listens to me, so it's cool. You know what I mean? Baby girl, she's good.
People have been whispering for years that Jay-Z might have taken Foxy's V card when she was still not old enough. That's a heavy accusation, and it's stuck around for decades. The age difference between them was huge. Jay-Z was in his mid-20s when they first worked together. These rumors got even louder when Nas dropped his diss track Ether in 2001. In the song, he threw out a line that had everyone talking. Foxy got you hot cause you kept your face in her pee. It wasn't just a diss, it was a serious accusation about Jay-Z's relationship with a teenage Foxy Brown.
Foxy Brown, how you feel about the news that broke that, she might testify against Keefe D?
Well, I knew Foxy was out there with Zip now.
The gossip about Jay-Z and Foxy never really went away, but things got even more interesting recently. When those allegations about Jay-Z and Diddy hit the news, Foxy posted some cryptic messages on Instagram. She put up the words "wow" and "wait" with shocked face emojis. She didn't say anything directly about the accusations, but it seemed like she was pretty surprised by what was coming out. So what does Foxy herself have to say about all this? Well, it's complicated. She's gone back and forth over the years. Sometimes she's defended Jay-Z, calling him a great friend. Other times, she's hinted that there might be more to the story.
Period. Jay and I come from nothing together. My cousin Clark Kent, we're gonna be all the way real. Everybody must say this, but...
In one interview, Foxy said, "Y'all want me to be anti-Hav so bad." It sounds like she's tired of people trying to get her to speak out against Jay-Z, but at the same time, she's never fully denied the rumors either. Things got even messier when Foxy threatened to sue some gossip outlets for spreading stories about her and Jay-Z. She called the allegations the most disgusting and disrespectful thing she's ever dealt with. But even that didn't put the rumors to rest. With all these conflicting statements, it's hard to know what really went down between Foxy and Jay-Z back in the day. Did something inappropriate happen? Was it all just industry gossip? Foxy's never given us a straight answer, and that's left a lot of people with questions. As if the whispers surrounding Jay-Z and Foxy Brown weren't already enough, Nick Cannon brought the topic to the forefront during a revealing episode of Cannon's Class. Sitting down with Rockefeller co-founder Dame Dash, Cannon didn't shy away from addressing one of the most controversial rumors in hip-hop. During an interview on Cannon's Class, Nick Cannon steered the conversation toward the long-standing rumors about Foxy Brown and Jay-Z's alleged relationship. Bringing up Foxy's age when she entered the industry, Cannon made it clear he wanted to address the speculation head-on. Dame Dash, however, was visibly uncomfortable and quick to distance himself from the topic. His body language and tone suggested he knew where the conversation was headed, but he wasn't willing to entertain the discussion. Instead, he deflected, making it clear he had no interest in revisiting old rumors or being associated with the narrative.
At what age was Foxy Brown signed? Yeah, but that's...
I didn't sign Foxy Brown.
I know you did. I'm just asking a question.
Because I'm on the block. I'm responsible for everybody.
You the boss.
I wasn't. Oh, now I'm the boss.
Dame, very smart guy, so he'll figure it out.
Cannon didn't back down though, hinting at the alleged dynamic between Jay-Z and Foxy. He even pressed the point further, suggesting there was more to their connection than just music. Dash, however, firmly shut the door, refusing to comment on what he called another man's business. His reaction spoke volumes though, as fans picked up on the tension and speculated about the deeper reasons behind his unwillingness to engage.
I promise you, I
thought Foxy was like 16, that's all I'm saying.
Did I sign her? It sounds like you.
All I'm saying is in this industry when we live in these glass houses.
It seems like you got a question for Jay. Ask her.
The exchange left viewers with more questions than answers. While Dash may have successfully sidestepped the conversation, it only added fuel to the fire surrounding the rumors, especially as they resurface alongside new allegations against Jay-Z. As you'd expect, the interview immediately set social media ablaze, with fans dissecting Dame Dash's evasive responses. Even 50 Cent couldn't resist chiming in. Responding to Dash's comments, 50 called him out on social media, labeling him a sucker for seemingly stirring the pot around Jay-Z. But here's the kicker. This wasn't just about Dame avoiding questions. Nick Cannon's persistence brought the Foxy rumors back into the limelight, aligning them with the ongoing discussions about power dynamics and exploitation in hip-hop. Whether intentional or not, Cannon's interview reawakened a narrative that many thought had been buried. And let's not forget, these conversations aren't happening in isolation. With the recent allegations against Jay-Z and Diddy, this adds yet another layer to the already tangled web of controversy surrounding the industry's biggest names. It's hard not to wonder, how deep does this go? And how many more voices will come forward?
I didn't give her a drink so she forget what the is going on here.
You might think you know hip-hop, but there's a whole other side to this industry that rarely sees the light of day. As we dig deeper into Jay-Z's past, we're about to uncover some uncomfortable truths about the music world that will change the way you listen to your favorite tracks forever. Jay-Z's alleged behavior isn't just a one-off thing. It's part of a much bigger problem in the hip-hop world. The power dynamics in hip-hop are seriously messed up. Ovesen talked about how the behavior of powerful men often gets overlooked. She called out all the men who aren't saying anything about what's going on. It's like this big conspiracy of silence that's letting the continue. The stories we've heard from Carmen, Elisabeth, and Foxy paint a pretty messed up picture of Jay-Z's past. It's not just about one guy anymore. This whole situation is making us take a hard look at how power works in hip-hop. We're talking about consent, who's responsible for what, and how the industry treats women. It's heavy stuff, and it's got a lot of fans feeling conflicted. Jay-Z's been this huge icon in rap for so long, but now we're seeing a different side of him. So, what do you think about all this? Could Dame Dash's discomfort hint at something deeper, or was he just avoiding unnecessary drama? And with these rumors about Jay-Z's past continuing to resurface, how much of the truth do you think we'll ever really know? Finally, what does all of this mean for Jay-Z's legacy in the hip-hop world? Make sure to leave your thoughts in the comments down below, because this is one discussion we can't wait to hear from you about. Also, don't forget to check out the next video on the end screen for even more tea you won't want to miss. Smash that like and subscribe button, and we'll see you in the next one.